All right, let's get it. Welcome to another episode of the Marsh Buice Podcast. Episode, what are we on? 778. We were on triple sevens last week. 778, man. I'm your host, Marsh Buice, and today we're going to dive into a topic of time, but this is not a time management episode because here's the way I look at it. In this fast-paced world, man, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and rushed. It just seems like time is the enemy, right? But what if you could shift your perspective and look at time differently? What if you saw time as an ally, as a layer of protection, rather than your adversary, your enemy is working against me? Today, in this episode, we're going to be exploring this concept and the idea that time is actually on your side. And time is actually helping you learn and grow and ultimately achieve your goals, even though sometimes, man, it just seems like it's slower than it should be. And we're going to also discuss how life's victories and setbacks, how they come in increments. Thank God, because they give you time, they give you the space, the margin to adjust and evolve and not come at you all at once and overwhelm you. We're going to dive into the idea that mistakes, especially small ones, serve as protectors and they're saving you from more significant, potentially catastrophic errors. There are some mistakes that I made that, had I made them on a higher level, would have wiped me off the map. You and I wouldn't even be sitting here today talking about anything. I'll also show you how time creates a strong work ethic and how it sharpens and hones your skills and refines the message that you bring to the world. This is going to be a thought-provoking episode, especially for all those who feel pressured by time, like the time's ticking away. Everybody's hands raised on that one. And my aim is to help demonstrate that time it's not working against you. Instead, it's protecting you. It's nurturing your growth, and it's preparing you for massive success that lies ahead. Stay tuned to the end of the episode. Got a few questions of reflection that you can walk away from this episode. Write these questions down and answer them when you have time. And that way you can continue to grow and shape and evolve and not feel like the world is shrinking in, but actually it's expanding. It's just you have to look at it a little bit different. So you ready? It's time to prime your mind. Let's dive into today's episode. Time is on your side. This is the Marsh Buice Podcast. Let's get it. Just because results don't always align with your expectations doesn't mean that time is actually working against you. On the contrary, time is your ally. Wins and losses, thank God, dude, they come at you incrementally. It gives you the space and the margin to adjust and learn rather than everything coming at you all at once. Dude, if it came at you all at once, you'd be mowed over. It'd either wipe you off the map and destroy you, or you have instant success, which you think that's what you want, but you'd be ill-equipped to be able to handle that level of success. So that would destroy you also. Thank God it's not. If it was instant, good or bad, it would totally wipe you off the map. Because time is incremental and the wins and losses are incremental, use that. See it for what it is. It's a way of adjusting, measuring, analyzing. So you'll be more equipped along the way. Think about bad moments that just blindside you. What do? When something just comes at you all at once, you're like, wait a minute. And you pause, right? You're pausing. That's a layer of protection because your mind is trying to recalibrate and figure out what just hit you. So that pause, that gift of time, is a protective mechanism that safeguards you and provides the opportunity to recoup and FIO to figure out your next step. So it's crucial to remember that time is not your enemy. It's your shield. Mistakes, especially the minor ones, are often due to a blessing in disguise because they prevent you from committing errors that could have had devastating impacts. So if you're glad that you made a mistake and it wasn't so bad, then don't be all pissy because you made the extra effort and didn't go to the top of the charts. Everything, wins and losses, is incremental. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Learn from it. Grow from it. And for God's sakes, keep going. Mistakes, especially the minor ones, are often a blessing in disguise because they prevent you from making errors on the bigger level. These lower consequence mistakes give you a chance to improve because if they were bigger and if you were in a bigger position and you made a mistake at that level, it would have destroyed you. So it's a protection. Just imagine if the position that you wanted right now, position, whether it be professional or position in life, and you made a mistake at that level, using the level of knowledge and wisdom that you have and training that you have now, you wouldn't be able to handle it. It'd be like from a crop duster plane mentality to a fighter jet. You couldn't handle the G-force. It'd blow you apart. You pass out. That's why time is there to protect you, man. So that way it won't destroy you when you get to the higher level. You're going to get there. So these lower consequences give you a chance to bounce back and come back at it. So embrace the incrementalism of time. Be proud of what you're doing today. Dude, you're laying the brick. You're going back at it every single day. That's good. And know that if you continue to do this, and because time is working for you, 5 years from now, you're not even going to recognize who you once were. You're going to be so far down the path, you're going to be like, thank God it took me that long. When you're moving forward, it seems like it's forever. But when you start achieving massive success and look back, it's not that long. It doesn't seem that long. The days are long, but the years are short. You know, I started this episode 778, and I look back at my podcast. I was just talking to my daughter about this last night, and she's starting to paint. And she was like, well, you know, I just think I'm thinking about it too much. I said, yeah, you're trying to be perfect on painting number 3. But when you're on painting number 500, you're going to look at painting number 3, which you thought 3 and you thought it all the way through. You thought it was really good. But when you're on 500 and look back at 3, you're going to be like, well, that was elementary, dear Watson. And it's the same thing for my podcast. And that's what I was explaining to her. Episode 350, I thought was just a banger. I thought it was just really good. And now I listen to it today. I'm like, what are you trying to say? I don't understand. But see, I had to put number 350 in order to get to 800. That's how it works. That's how time works. So I find deep satisfaction, even though it's frustrating at times, that I'm continuously improving, knowing that there's only a handful of older episodes that I even like. But the protection of that time gives me a chance to cultivate and also provides a safety net for me to cultivate that in. It's my incubator. Time is your incubator. And so while I'm cultivating the message, I'm also developing a strong work ethic. See, I have a full-time job. I have a family. I have my health to consider. Those are all priority. And so how do I fit all this in? It's a work ethic. I have to have a work ethic. If success would have came to me instantly, I would have settled for mediocrity because I would have been putting out shallow pieces of work that I could just churn out in 5 minutes. That's how I started these episodes. They only gave me 5 minutes to record an episode. That was all the bandwidth that the Anchor app, which is now Spotify, that's all they allotted. So I had to get the message out in 5 minutes, and I was committed to doing it every single day. And it developed the work ethic, but the content's not very deep. Had it been an instant success, I would have continued on that and said, well, it's working, and put out 5-minute episodes and not have to give much thought to what I'm putting in for the next episode. It'd be just some shallow work. You get what I'm saying? So it's that absence of immediate success and the resilience that's built through time that has honed my skills, that has made my message sharper, cleaner, and more impactful. Now, also, just talked about this on the previous episode, 777. Check it out. The challenges of time forced me to confront my frustrations. Confrontation is one of the 5 C's that it takes to be successful in life: communication, curiosity, creativity, continuous learning and action, and productive confrontation. So when I'm frustrated, I got to confront that because I got another episode to come out with. Sometimes it seems like it's for nothing. But see, it's confronting those frustrations where I start negotiating with myself. Well, I don't have enough time. There's never enough time. And understand this, man. There's never going to be enough time for you, especially when you view it through the lens of an unstructured regimen. The time crunch and the lack of time that you have is a blessing because that's what drives the efficiency. That's what teaches me and will teach you to do more with less. It's Parkinson's law. The time you have is what you'll fill it with. That's what Parkinson's law basically is. If you have 5 days to complete a task, you're going to use up all 5 days, and you're not going to use them to your benefit. You're just going to sit on it and be like, oh, I have time, I have time, I have time. And then the last hour or so at the deadline is when you're going to whip something up. So that lack of time is not enough time. That time crunch doesn't give you the space to let up. So you got to figure things out and maximize your efficiencies so that way you can make a big impact. Because I have the lack of time, I have to prepare. It's all about the preparation, being able to adapt, that's the reps, and learning through additions and subtractions, keeping in what needs to be kept in, and eliminating what just doesn't fit in this. That's the way you hone to refine what it is that you're doing in life and bring maximum value and impact. So don't get bogged down because the pace is slower for you right now. Time's not working against you, man. It's arming you with tools for efficiency and resilience. It's creating a buffer between the effort and the desired results, helping you refine your skills to handle the success whenever it finally comes. I'd love to have 4 hours every day in my perfect world to just relax and read and write, share a little bit. I'd love to have 4 hours, but I don't have that luxury. It's a challenge, and that challenge is a blessing because it teaches me to achieve more with less. I 100% believe my thoughts and my messages are worth millions. I don't see that right now. That's all right. Time is on my side. Until then, I'll leverage the protection of time to grow and improve in the intervals that I have and prepare myself to receive and sustain ultimate success when it comes. All right, let me leave you with a few questions and then answer them. But write them down, man. Write the answers down. It's important because this is what unspools your thoughts. Don't sit there and just think that you have all the answers in your mind. You're going to find that what you think and how you write could be totally different. Just try to fill a page up with these 3 questions if you can. Just make that the challenge. How can you shift your perspective to see time as an ally rather than an adversary, an enemy? And how will this change the way that you approach your day-to-day task and long-term goals, knowing that time is actually a protection mechanism? And think how liberating that is, man. When you realize that time is protecting you, think about how you're going to approach your day-to-day tasks. Think about how you approach the level of success that you want to. Understanding that the time it takes to achieve success isn't in microwave form, it's probably in marathon form or Ironman form. What's an Ironman? The swimming, the biking, the running. It could be that, man. It could be that. But it's all there to protect you. Second question: what are some small mistakes that you've made recently that, looking back on it, you're thankful that you made them at that level? And those lower level mistakes, they actually protect you from making larger errors while learning invaluable lessons. How can you better appreciate these stepping stones in the future? So when they come up, it's not the world's conspiring against you. Zoom out and you say, this is protecting me. Why? What's the lesson here? And the last question I want to leave you with: in what ways has time fostered a stronger work ethic so you can refine your skills in the meantime? Time is not mean. Meantime is along the way. So while you move forward, how can I use that time better as a tool for growth and preparation? Doing more with less. Stop throwing your hands up. Let me tell you something, man. 99.9% of society says, I just don't have time for anything. I don't have time for it. But the truly impactful and successful ones, you notice they don't even talk about time and the lack thereof. They understand that everybody's got 24 hours, but they have a process and they have an appreciation of time and the protection of time, and realize that time is a protection, and they implement a process to do a few things every single day. Process has gotten me to where I'm at today. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm able to manage my health, my family, my full-time career, and a top 3% podcast in the world. I'm able to put all that together and put out more content every day. I'm able to do all that because of process. Is time a crunch? Yeah, but it's there, and I'm going to squeeze every bit of the juice that's available while I'm here. And I hope you do too. So let's get out of here. Thanks so much for being a part of the Marsh Buice Podcast. Remember, keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle, keep selling. See you next time.